think the best thing we all can say is for any younger listeners out there, like not even younger, just anyone playing an amateur, always get someone else to read your contract for you, just so that way you have another set of eyes on it. Even if like doesn't have to be your parents, it can be literally another friend in your Discord server, or hey, maybe reach out to the casters, because obviously like, especially if they're a more tenured caster, they might be willing to just let you know, because I'm sure some casters at some point maybe have had like professional experience. I don't know. I'm just gonna assume that and have dealt with other things, but just get another pair of eyes. And if you don't trust that pair of eyes that read it for you, then get another pair until you feel comfortable. And then if you don't feel comfortable, probably don't sign it then.
I disagree. You should sign any piece of paper someone puts in front of you.
No, shut up. But anyway, now we're gonna move on to the quiz, because I want to do it, and PBS worked really hard on it. So god damn it, we're gonna do this quiz. First question, here we go. Bam. All right, you need me to read it to you guys? Fine. Which team has the highest drag percentage in AML in the regular season?
I had a whole ass conversation with.
How am I supposed to know this? I started playing last week.
We got at least a 25% chance.
It's gonna be Iceborne.
Is this like a group activity or something?
It is a group activity. Everyone gets to choose an answer. So yeah, Moose, what's your answer? Gotta go quick.
Connie Sports.
Chelsea.
It was not one of the answers, by the way.
I have no clue.
I'll say mine's the Crab Radiant.
Wait.
Yeah, I agree. Go Crabs.
All right, Chelsea.
Holy Carrot said it's not Iceborne, so I'm not gonna pick Iceborne. I'm gonna pick GG Grandma.
Okay, did we get everyone?
It's Lone Ridge Jungle. It can't
Go
be
Crabs.
GG
Go
Grandma.
Crabs.
Overic.
Go Crabs Radiant.
All right, everyone who chose Crabs is correct. With
Oh my god, I'm so good.
It's Lone Ridge Jungle.
Yeah.
I
herd
only
mentality.
remember this because when what's it called? Distortion was playing as Crabs on stream, they literally said
night, everyone. My name is Cam, and I am here to bring you the week 5 of Titans Divinity League. We're going to be watching ET New Moon versus Friend Zone. Let me see if I wrote this correctly. I don't remember if it's Friend. Okay, yes, it is Friend Zoned. Okay, so I'm missing an E here, so I am sorry, Friend Zone guys. I misspelled your name here. Let me correct. Alright. So I did made a small little tweaks here for the stream. As you're gonna see, you're going to have like the little colored gradient to give the for the each side, as well as I'm also the way I'm gonna be updating the stream now. It's gonna be a little different. I'm not gonna be switching completely everything, just the logos that you guys are gonna see me watching here. But let's see how it goes. It's a very semi-new setup, but I'm looking forward to it. So we're just waiting here for the teams to be ready and you know create the draft links. So we're just gonna be I'm just going to go ahead and start preparing for a way to get you guys engaged if you guys want to. So let me start here. So I'm gonna start here the predictions. I'm gonna give a 10 minutes for the predictions, so you guys can enjoy that. And I'm also okay. Don't show this again. And I'm also going to start the contest so you guys can participate as well. Uh oh. Hmm. Okay, that's awkward. Why did it show like this? I don't know. Alright, also for the contest, I'm gonna give a 10 minutes. Sorry, I need to get used to. I made a. Sorry about that. I made like some hotkeys, but I haven't got used to the hotkeys yet, so I'm just going over all over the place. So I'm really sorry for jumping back and forth. Um, Promise I will do better. Now, um, we have everybody here on the lobby. We're gonna have the draft links really soon, and I'm gonna share with you guys really soon the draft on the screen. So this I just have something to say here because this game has a lot at stakes. So Friend Zone is currently number 5th of the Group B, 1-2 overall record with a 2-5 game record. New Moon is coming with a 2-2 overall record and a 4-6 game record. So if New Moon wins here, they're gonna go for it with a 3-2 overall record, and they're gonna open 2 games on top of Friend Zone and potentially 3 games into TD Darking and TPO. So winning here for New Moon is extremely important as they can pretty much guarantee that playoff position because it's going to be really hard for Friendzone to come back with a 1-3 record. If Friendzone wins, then it's even more tied because both teams will have a 2-2 record, and obviously depending on how the game goes, if it's a 2-0 or 2-1, Friendzone might even get that a little advantage, but the game, they're going to be fighting for that last spot probably to the end of the split. So there's a lot at stakes here. So it's pretty much do or die for both. Well, not for both teams, but mainly for Friend Zone, because if Friend Zone does not make it, doesn't win it, they will have a harder time to make it. And if New Moon takes the win, then it's going to be, or I mean, if they don't take the win, they will have more chances. So I'm gonna bring here the draft link here on the screen, so we can all watch it as we're getting close to the game, to the beginning of this draft. Um, so a little bit of these two teams. Let me bring here a couple information. Now, New Moon is coming in with a very interesting, um, how should I say, with a lot of changes on the roster. They're coming in with um, Weez in the top lane, Psyche and Sweets, which joined the team last week. So and Coconut and Fallen at the bottom lane. So it is a pretty brand new team, pretty much for New Moon, and they looked pretty good overall last week against TD Darkin. So it's going to be really important to come back with another dub here. That is for sure. We see the draft has started. Friendzone has started the bans with the Fallen Strash, one of his biggest champions. So it's expected to see that. Um, we see the Azriel coming for New Moon as a ban. Hold on a second. And especially because I believe, yeah, so they have so they have Renderman as support and Dark Winker as a mid laner. Um, and Wisdom has really good games so far. So taking that Ezreal out, taking the J4 out from Singular Bread, we see Friendzone taking Garen and the Hakram as well, taking those power picks from Psyche and probably Whis on the Garen. And now the Poppy also a good disengage too that both Brad and TLP can play. So looking forward to remove these guys, these peaks from these guys, right? So we'll see the first pick is a Seraphim, which is a very interesting. Sorry, I forgot when I use my keyboards. Alright, so Seraphim here is the first choice for Friend Zone. An interesting flex pick. Wait, is it allowed? Let me see here. Let me know if it got better. Okay. Um, now Nautilus being a counter pick here, and they're going with the Kaisa. Ooh, I like this. It's a really strong combo that allows you to do so much. And they lock in the Kaisa, and I believe Coco played 2 games of Kaisa. No, he played 1 game of Kaisa last week, and then it was permaban after that game 1. The Briar being shown, but the Briar is currently disabled, if I'm not mistaken, as Daddy Sam's has said so. So they're showing up the Briar. I know Singular Brad was looking forward to pick it and play, but they're going to lock in the Ash for Wisdom. Wisdom has a good amount of games on these Ash, so we can expect him to put up on a good performance overall. So I'm gonna bring here a few things as an extra to spicy a little up this matchup, as we see the Maokai being taken, and probably this Maokai is going to be the in the jungle. Now, I'm interested to see what is going to be this R3, especially because now it's going to be the new 3 people on the team. Now, the Lilia being a counter here, probably looking at this Maokai jungle. So really interesting to see like how they're gonna build this comp. Okay, now we got here the ban phase, the Malphite. So they're removing all the engage opportunity coming from uh, friend zone, as they already banned the Irelia targeting suites, which had a pretty good performance overall. Respect on the Malzahar from Darkwanker. He he's always performing pretty nicely on that champion. And buying enough time for the team. Now the Silas, which is a really good ban here, removing from New Moon the ability to do a lot on the game here. Now I'm interested to see what's going to be the pick here for R4. The Ari, there's a lot of AP starting to build up um, in this draft for New Moon, and they definitely need some more AD champions so they can actually avoid to make like a very easy um, what's called a easy way to deal with them. And now the Viger coming in from Darkwanker, playing a little slow with the cage, a lot of CC, a lot of setup for fight. Um, so Friend Zone's going for more late game comp as of now. And how we're gonna end up this draft from Friend Zone, which has a lot of AP. Now the Olaf to be able to just walk through the Lilia, walk through the Nautilus. Um, so they're gonna have to fight top with something really interesting here. And the Nefiri being shown is this locked? They changed it to the Teemo. And the Trundle it is. They lock in a Trundle to deal with these. Now, I'm a bit curious to see if it's a Lilia top or if it's a Trundle top to deal with the Olaf, fighting Olaf fire with fire. That will be something I'm really interested in seeing. Now, as we go, the guys are getting ready to start the game, so they're in-game drafting here. Now, I want to bring a few tools here for you guys, a few information. So, um, this is based off last week for New Moon. Right now, we have currently for New Moon, the currently top ratings we have Sweets and IQ of Coconut. Both are the top two. Obviously, Sweets only has 3 games from last week, and Coco has 10 games. But these are the top 2 players on the team that are still with on the team for New Moon. Um, Now, Sweets having a 5.89 CS per minute and Coconut having a 6.78, not very high CS per minute, but compensating for damage, which isn't average to a little high. Sweets have a 7.17 and Coconut have 6.97. damage per minute. So two good, interesting stats that I want to bring on. And from the side of Friend Zoned, we have here Singular Brad and Notorious TLP. These are the two top ratings based on SEM's stats for Divinity League. They have 9 and 7 games respectively. And here we have Brad with a 5.77 and TLP with a 5.91 CS per minute. Also, damage charts are a little low for both of them, 409 and 478. Though they are taking a bit of a tankier role on the team, so not doing as much damage. All the damage for Friend Zone is coming from that mid lane, Dark Wankery, almost 700 damage per minute, and then Wisdom with a 500 damage per minute. Overall, the stats aren't the greatest for Friend Zone, but they were able to catch a couple dubs, and we're looking forward to see what they'll be able to do in this game. For New Moon, the numbers are slightly better. Coco is the one that has the better numbers here when he plays, but we also have Psyche with 3 matches and Axe with 4 matches, having slightly better numbers overall. Maybe not Psyche because he was also like in a bit of a tankier duty and not doing so much damage. He had a 5.38 CS per minute. He had a 382 damage per minute. But Axe, on the other hand, he had higher CS, 6.21, and a 600 damage per minute. So numbers are slightly better towards ET overall. Even with the changes made, things are looking but it's still pretty even. That's why I'm really interested to see how this game is going to be, right? Psyche, thanks for the follow. I just saw he shared the follow, so thank you very much. So yeah. So with all that said, we are gonna see the Trundle top. We are going to see the Lily jungle. There's a lot of AP on both sides, and some smaller sources of AD damage. I'm really excited to see how this game is gonna go because the games have been quite exciting for these teams, especially from New Moon, always having pretty long games. So really excited to see how things will shape. But with that being said, yes, Star. They they will regret not banning Kaisa. Maybe I think the setup for Kaisa it's pretty good. You have the Nautilus, you have the Lilia, you have a good amount of peel, you have the Trundle to remove resistances. So you have a good way to make Kaisa play easier this game. But yeah, so with that being said, I'm gonna put us on a very short break. Let's get some water, refill the water, refill your food if you have one, and then when we're back, we're gonna be straight into game. So we're gonna go be right back, and I'll catch you guys in a couple minutes.
Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
Oh, okay, hold on. Made a mistake, no. Sorry, give me 1 second. Yeah, I made a here. Okay, here you go. Sorry, I made a mistake, and I didn't have
Minions have spawned.
the proper. But yeah, so we are in the game. Okay. So nothing much happened. We saw mostly actually that has happened. Right, spotted the bottom side, and he got some more. Yeah, he flashlight. But what happened? Well, what ended up happening was we saw the award in the Raptors. We saw the also award Tribush bot and on the top side, top side of the bottom, where the Raptors for the red side and the blue team, and also in the reverse. So they awarded a lot of things on both sides. A lot of usage of the award from the blue team, and only the Lily got the Tribush award from Winnish. But here we are, and TLP some early trading, heavy trading here now. TLP just taking a chunk of damage from this Trundle. We have here now the ward coming from Dark Wave. They do spot the Lily on the top side already. She already did the free damage. Fallen for possible engage. Doing a lot of damage. Flash passes. Nightfall flashes away. The exhaust comes in. Double. So we have two summoners from the bad went round. The Q hit me. Double flash here. First one's gonna come. Ola, GLP, burning the ghost, taking these flash, taking and Super Brad with the speed flash. Interesting enough, we do see the TP on the Olaf, which is not normally something you see, as we're looking to an invade here by Psyche. Oh, Brad is super low with the E. He steals, no, he does not steal the blue buff. The chunk comes in. Sweets and Darks going really hard trading there. Olaf is around. Singular Brad is really low, but he's looking at Sweets that takes a turret shot. Now Notorious LP is here fighting the Lily that's trying to go for the invade, doing some damage, but this is not opted for TLP. He's gonna drop for Psyche, and now Singular Brad, he uses the Q a little early, comes in with the E, but he's gonna give a double Q to Psyche, which started really good for Friend Zoned. It became a catastrophe as Psyche takes all the top side, or at least most of the camps here on the top side, forcing Maokai to go for the second rotation in the bottom side, as she's gonna clear the Scuttlecraft from the top side and allows Whis to keep pressuring the Olaf. Even though he got the first blood, it doesn't feel like he had the first blood. He's going straight for that steel boots, steel cap. And oh, hold on, Coconut. Oh, he flashes. He didn't respect the stun. He didn't immediately use the cleanse on the stun coming from Rendoman, and he flashed away. So he's gonna lose a big wave in this bottom lane as he gets solo killed. Coco. He didn't respect again the range coming from the Seraphine, and he will lose a massive wave, massive XP after a good trade there in the wave 3. They had burned 2 summoners for Fallen. They took 2 summoners from Wiston and a summoner from Rendelmans. It was a really good trade, and now he's just lost so much and is going to be really far behind. Now Darkrai is taking a lot of damage from Sweet. Both for level 5. Psyche is around. The flash comes in. Darkrai goes. He doesn't die. Really close here. Flash for flash. Mid for jungle. Really good here. We saw a brief disconnection from Fallen, but looks like he's back as he's walking to mid lane. Or sorry, to bot lane. So a really good pressure being put here by Psyche, getting already a 3 camp advantage pretty much on the CS versus the Maokai that reset it again. He's sitting on the 300 gold and has a 600 lead versus the Maokai. As we see here, New Moon going straight for this first Drake at 6 minutes. As they are tied pretty much in gold, all the lead and the bare lead that Friendzone has is in the bottom lane with that 400 gold and 500 in the support position. So they secure Ocean Drake here as Whis continues to put pressure on this TLP, on this Olaf, as things are starting to look interesting for New Moon. Trundle gets level 6. I don't know exactly how the level 6 goes. I would imagine it's a bit even initially, but it ends up being better for Trundle. Now Maokai is nearby doing the red. He's not gonna take level 6, and Psyche is already level 6. Both of them are here. The charm comes in, the Q hits, the ultimate from Darkrai coming really early, not doing so much damage. He does more damage with his Q now. Maokai is in this bottom side. New Moon's trying to crash this bottom wave, but Randomman is able to keep the freeze and keep them in a really bad situation. They do have a ward here that's going to expire very soon. So the stun coming on Fall, he's still level 4, taking a lot of damage from Wisdom. He tries to go back, but now Wiz going in for an all-in, uses the pillar, does damage on TLP. TLP does a lot of damage back with the what's it called? Wait, hold on. Randomly gets rooted. The passive comes in. The Kai'Sa passive. Now Fallen is low. He was stopped for a long time as he disconnected. Fallen disconnected in the middle of the fight, so he doesn't stun the Ashe that got level 6 and used her ultimate to secure that kill back. So unfortunate for New Moon as they traded 1-for-1, but the true damage I was gonna say for Olaf was able to make the Trundle to fall back as Trundle didn't ultimate, but Notorious LP did use his ghost as the pause comes in, because we saw Fallen disconnecting in the middle of that fight. So really interesting stuff here. Early game really, hectic. 6 kills in 8 minutes, a lot of movement. We do see though an advantage increasing here from the side of Friend Zone. They have a 500 gold lead, which is being translated in the bottom lane, a 500 gold lead for that Ashe, and a 600 gold for that Seraphine, as we see Fallen reconnecting. Now, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to keep you guys up to date, because on the mainstream for Titans Esports, we are going to have TD Highs versus ET Solo, which is another extremely important match for ET here. Solar needs the win if they want to continue to dream for playoff, but that game is yet to start. So I'm going to keep a little back and forth. Darkwinker has more mana and his ultimate is about to come back. Sweets needs to go on the reset. Randomman is nearby. The cage doesn't circle Ari as she is with no mana at all. but she does not have teleport. We do go freezing on the stream, but we're back. As we see Rendoman looking for a top play here, he is sitting on the ward. Psyche is waiting for a rotation. They're pinging, they're trying to take the Herald here with the Wheeze. Singular Brad's gonna spot, the ultimate comes in. He gets the ultimate. Psyche avoids, but he's gonna lose. Oh, yes, he will lose. Oh, Wheeze going to go down. The ultimate comes from Dark Wankry. I think Psyche, yeah, he didn't have the flash, so he didn't want to commit to. Maybe he could have tried to secure the security herald with this might, but wasn't able to, and at least he dodged the ultimate from Maokai as the Olaf got the herald. That was ended up being a really bad play, as I feel like they wasn't sure what they wanted to do. They didn't know, like, if we start herald, if we just wait for Seraphine to face jack, and they weren't able to do anything in the bottom side as well. So they weren't able to catch the plate against the Ashe, and Ashe just caught the CS on her turret. So things are not looking the greatest here right now. We do have an advantage on Psyche in the jungle, but there's a 1k lead now for Friend Zone, which is now not only in the bottom lane. You already have a 10 to 12 CS lead, potentially almost 15 here. You also have now a lead in the mid lane, as we see the Viger roaming bot side with Averfrost. So if Fallen isn't careful, Kokoro dodges. He flashes away from Viger's cage. Viger's get the second kill. He had a good cleanse out of the Ashe's ultimate. Dodged the ultimate from Seraphine, but he loses both summoners and Fallen goes down. Again, the Viger getting that Viger accelerated is really critical for Friend Zone. Now the stun comes in, but Dark Ranker does miss his Q. And now Wisdom taking a lot of damage from Coco. Coco just goes in with his ultimate. The passive hit is not gonna hit. It is with the ultimate from Lilia. The exhaust comes, the flash from Rendelman, and Coconut getting the second kill, and a TP from TLP, and a ghost as Coconut is going to run it down. The Q is going to TLP as Coco does buy time. The TP comes from Sweets as well. Psyche survives the ultimate from TLP. Sweets kite him out, gets the kill on TLP. Dark Rankin does TP as well. The slow comes in. Fallen's getting super low again. Getting a bit aggro here in this bottom lane as they trade kills for kills. But Trundo is alone in this top lane, taking plates and punishing this turret. Dark Ranker gets Fallen here. Dodges everything. The Ashe arrow hits Sweets. Fallen stops Dark Ranker, gets low. The Q cleanse and goes on a killing spree for Dark Ranker on this Viger. Now we see TLP using Herald bot, but Wheeze is able to capitalize 4 turrets or 4 plates. He does take 4 plates in this top lane as Lily is around. There's a lot of vision on the blue side here on this Drake, but it doesn't look like Friend Zone is going to guarantee that first Herald for them. They have a lot of gold that Viger is going to capitalize. She's going to go for that large rod to do extra, insumerable amount of damage. But given all that, it's still a 1k gold lead. Now we have like an extra 200 gold, 200 to 300 gold for New Moon. Or sorry, for Friend Zone with the Herald Crash and plates for Wisdom. Now we see Singular Brad in the bottom side. They're looking for a potential dive, but they're probably trying to set up to get this first Drake as they start pushing bot and remove vision from New Moon. The game is not looking really easy with how everything is looking for. They have vision, they do spot Lilia on the top side. We see Friend Zone going in for the first Drake. A lot of damage coming in. The stun lands, the W also lands from the Dark Wankre, forcing Sweets to ult away Sweets will catch this wave in the under turret. Oh, Sweets! It does not respect the range from Dark Rankin that uses really well the lack of movement that she had over there under that turret. Gets a W, gets the Q, lands in extra damage with that large rod. Now Fallen misses his root. He does steal the blue buff away. The ultimate from Ashe and Singular Breath hits. Good usage of the cleanse. Random and Q's fall. Fallen dropping again as Olaf is keeping the Whis away from his turret. Now Whis doing some damage here on this Olaf. They're trying to take this first turret, but they won't go for a dive, as Wisdom will guarantee the first turret probably in this next wave, as Singular Brad is taking care of this jungle from our friend zone. They have the vision, they're removing the vision, and the Viger is looking really scary. It's going to be really hard to deal with him. As we see here, Wisdom taking first turret. Coconut is away alone. TLP will be able to hold on the wave. So it's gonna be hard. Like, Lilia definitely wants to scale, but it's still gonna be really hard to deal with this whole team, especially when you have with Dark Raid going super aggro here, with Psyche coming in, the ultimate. It's gonna be a 4v1, extra stun coming, the charm and the shutdown to Sweets, massive shutdown, extra 400 gold for this RA to snowball. One thing I don't personally like that Dark Rain went was Everfrost. Is going to keep him, yes, it will be able to use the damage, the extra stun pretty efficiently, but it's the cage, but it's not going to keep him safe very well. It's going to, he will be able to get one shot because he does not have the crown, as New Moon gets the Q, rotates to a Herald. Now the hook comes in, they get Wisdom, the ultimate from Random, and the ultimate misses everything. Dark Rain flashes in, he instantly kills Sweets. Flash coming from Fallen, flash from Wisdom as well. The exhaust from Randoman and the flashes away Coconut. The TP coming in, double summoners for Wisdom and the exhaust for Randoman. So, and the TP, no, not TP, the turret just walks and they will guarantee mid turret. So they do catch extra kills on this Viger, extra kills on this Ashe. Now they're pinging Psyche. The ultimate for it's gonna hit, gets rooted. It's gonna be a 3v1. Psyche flashes the cage away, gets low, but he will be able to survive a bit longer. And the comp that Friendzone has like, if they get ahead, they are able to lay out, like, play the terrain really well. Now the ultimate coming in, this match, oh, but it's getting smashed. The Olaf goes down, the cage comes in. Squeeze took a lot of damage. Sweet still has 3 ultimates. Coconut taking the Q. There's no way New Moon can fight back through all of that on that choke to face a Viger, a Maokai, and a Seraphine. They need to play on an open space. Now Psyche comes in, hits the Q, goes with the sleep with the ultimate. The damage, oh, the ultimate from Coconut, he gets an extra Q, but oh, Coconut will survive, and Psyche with the Leandris gets a Q on Randoman, and they will use the Herald mid to get a charge. Probable that the turret probably won't fall down because Darkbreaker is around, but they do get a kill and they start to snowball these Kaisa, which is going to be really important if they want to be able to fight back this team. As we see Darkbreaker going straight for that death cap, he's going to be on a really good power spike. He was really smart in going Mercury Trads. Now we have pings here in the mid lane, but TLP is around. There's no ultimate on Psyche. The ultimate comes for Fallen, but the cage avoids any further engage potential. TLP comes in, Fallen falls back. Wiz is putting pressure on the side lanes, as looks like they're gonna give up that Mountain Drake to allow the Trundle to put pressure, but TLP went away trying to stop it. Looks like it's gonna be a 4v4. Tier 2 top does go down. Now we see here Psyche showing up. The flash, the ultimate from Ashe goes wide. The cage keeps Sweets in, but she just flashes away. The ultimate from Maokai zones everyone from New Moon away as well. And Friendzone just guarantees a Drake, and they walk back, taking a flash away from the Ari. And now we see here Maokai coming in without any backup, but New Moon doesn't know. Psyche guarantees the blue buff that Fallen ends up stealing the soul of the blue buff, as they have the vision. Dark Rancray, he uses Dark uses the cage. Ari's around. He gets the flash away, but she had the ultimate, but she just charmed, and he gives his flash for free. Whew. So a lot happening. The game is pretty even in gold right now. We see the Trundle with Trinity Force going to some move speed, item the winch moonplate. I do wonder if he's gonna go that men's plate. Now all the lead Friendzone has is in the mid lane, as ADCs are pretty even at pretty much 7k. Well, there is a massive gold difference, not only the mid lane towards Friendzone with a 1.6k for the Viger, but also like there is an 1800 gold lead for the Lilia, as Fallen gets caught. He flashes. He uses Mikhail's blasting on Ashe's Ashe's arrow, and that saves him really well there with that Mikhail's, because it's going to be really important with that amount of CC and lockdown with the terrain that they have. Now we see Wiz in the bottom side. He went for Hullbreaker. He's going to play that split push, that TLP. He gets root. Oh no, it's Wisdom. He gets charmed. The ultimate comes in for Coconut, and he takes down the Ashe, as we see Wiz completely ignoring TLP, going for the turret, as he just demolishing the turrets. And now Singular getting caught with the ultimate for Fallen, the root, but he is stinking enough with Rated Virtue. He will survive. Psyche doesn't land the Q, will miss the E, and now they chunked the Maokai, and they start. But they're starting on the vision. Maokai does not reset. He's pretty low. Kokuda does a good amount of damage, but we have here Wiz trying to go for tier 2. Maokai goes in. Now Psyche goes in, does already use his ultimate, but he's getting kited. TLP kills in the bottom lane. Oh my god, what's happening? Psyche is just killing everyone with Leandris. He's going nuts. Ballistic, he gets 3 kills. Now Wisdom is around. The TP from all of that killed Wiz. The Zonus comes in. They stop the flat. Oh my god. Wiz getting an amazing 3v1 there. He goes down, giving a 750 gold extra to Wisdom, but he does take 3 members with him, keeping the game pretty even. But Wiz, on the other hand, he literally was ignoring TLP and the Olaf to take these bottom lane. Now he's TPing and he's going again, as TLP does not have TP anymore. Now we see pings on top of him, as he's gonna force that split push to allow his team to fight a 4v4 on the other side. And Lydia is strong. 615, really well played by Psyche, going really hard on it, being able to dance during the fights, dodging a lot of hits. But now Wiz here is gonna get caught. He spots Dark Rank. He uses the he gets the speed. He draws two men attention to him, as Olaf's trying to follow him. He uses the pillar to hold Dark Rank away. The Maokai is nearby. At the same time, New Moon gets pressure in the mid lane. Now Dark Rank going back. He did get a Vampiric Scepter to get healing in the wave. Singular Brad in this bottom lane, he's looking to go on a play here. The cage goes wide. Oh, the ultimate. Kokodo comes in. Good damage. The ultimate does not kill. The ultimate from Viger does not kill Psyche. Now we have Fall getting caught by Singular Brad. He goes into. The ultimate goes into Viger. Redderman is super low. Fall is still alive. Psyche does survive. Sweets has the ultimate. The 4v4, we see that New Moon is able to fight this Viger, is able to fight with the Lilia. They're able to do a lot of damage and survive. And now New Moon is starting the second Drake here for them. There's no vision from Friend Zone, but they are pinging. They know that something's happening. Oh, hold on. They secure the Drake. TLP. Oh, TLP ults Ari's Charm. Ooh, TLP ults away. Does not have a really big CD there for a potential fight. We see Dark Ranker TPing top to guarantee tier 1 top. And he probably will. Hunter Prey, thanks for messaging. I did fix a little bit the mic. Let me know how it is compared to the game, sound. But so far now we see Friend Zone keeping vision on this top side. Lilia is massive. Ari is also massive with 2 items, getting that heal cut to stop the healing from Randleman and from the Maokai and also from TLP. TLP went for the Gore Drinker instead of Shield Break or Stride Breaker. Now here New Moon pushing the mid. They push the wave. Fallen will get caught. No, he will survive. Single Bread try to comes in. The slow comes, and as they take mid lane. Now Twiz can guarantee just ignore TLP, go for this turret with the whole breaker, and that's what he's gonna do. Now he gets extra 600 gold, and he goes in. The ultimate comes in. He smashes TLP, but he falls back. As TLP is pretty chunked with the Brembovast. He does use goals in case of an all-in. We see Friendzone going straight for the Baron. Oh, the charm comes in, hit Orange, flashes away. Switch is not able to come in. Fallen, he does tank everything. 2 ultimate from Lilia that gets rooted. Kyokudu goes in the backline, gets stopped by the Maokai. Dark Ranker is still alive. Psyche goes invulnerable. The ultimate kills. Dark Ranker will go down as he took Psyche. New Moon wins, and we stakes another turret as he's gonna go for a 1v1 into this Olaf that ults, but Olaf it will be able to survive. Nice flash by Wiz. Wiz does not go down. He's 0-4 and doing so much trouble to the Olaf on the silent, not able to deal with him at all. Now he's gonna steal the red buff here. New Moon winning really well in this top side on the 4v4 and winning on the bottom side, so they are able to put pressure on every single lane this mid to late game. But they only have a 1.6k gold or 1.8k gold lead, which is pretty negligible considering we are at 27 minutes. It's 18-18, so the game is really even. We see Dark Ranker, he finished Void Staff. He's going to do a lot of damage. He does have a stopwatch, so it's going to be really hard. Like this stopwatch might be a way to win. Now Psyche is going to get caught by 3 people. He flashes away. The Ash Arrow hits. The ultimate from Maokai goes. He does a lot of damage, but he does not have Zonias. He gets caught before the Baron, and this could be Baron play for Friend Zone that does not have 2 ultimates. They do have the ultimate from Seraphine and from Viger, but New Moon does not go to the Baron. They do not want to fight this Baron. They want to push in. They push mid. They get tier 2 mid. They're going to get tier 3 mid, and Whis is going for the inhibitor. He gets the inhibitor, goes in. Dark Ranker is around. The ultimate comes in for Whis. He uses his W to get away. He survives. Now Maokai stops Fallen from leaving. The stun goes into Coco. The ultimate hits as well. The cage hits Coco, and Coco goes down. Sweets does have an extra. Oh, the flash W hits. Now the Ash Arrow. This could be tragic as it started really good for New Moon, taking 2 turrets mid and inhibitor bot, and they get caught with the flash W from Singular Bread, and he's able now. I don't think it might be game, but it could be an inhibitor mid with the Baron push. Psyche is just trying to poke them down with the Leandro sit, with the Demonic Embrace and her EW. The ultimate comes in for... Ooh, he dodges, but he's inside the cage. He does got a lot of damage, and he gets deleted by the Viger as Wiz gets close to Darkwanker. He uses stopwatch. He does not have flash, and he is... Oh, the cage hits, and he doesn't go down. Darkwanker survives, but the Wisdom is caught by the Nautilus hook, and Coconut is going to punish with the flash. Now he's going to be punched back. He's going to get stunned by Rendelman. He ults in, but the TLP, the Darkwanker's TP is coming in, but Cocos do survive. So they do trade mid inhibitor. They get mid inhibitor. They're going to get so point on this Drake. It is Mountain Drake, so it is really important. It's actually really good, especially for this Viking to survive. That extra armor and MR made him survive against the Trundle. His game is far from over, is far from being over for sure. It's really even, as we just saw the last couple fights, but the amount of pressure this Trundle is putting on the sideline is incredible. He is just ignoring TLP, and there might be a point where he can just ignore it and take the win. So I'm really excited to see how that will play out, because it's going to be extremely important if New Moon wants to take the dub. Now we do have here an information from the other match for ET. TD Heist takes the first game against ET Solar. It's TD Heist 1, ET Solar 0. Looks like they're loading to game 2, I believe. Yeah, looks like they're loading for game 2. So meanwhile here, we see Friend Zone going all the way to the top side, keeping pressure on this Olaf. Oh, sorry, on this Trundle that's going. It's going to get baited. Oh, he gets massive hit. He gets 2 ultimates from Ashe and from Viger to keep him down. But now there's going to be a collapse, a 4v4. But the TLP has ultimate as they're going to take that tier 2 top. The ultimate from Maokai comes in. The cage, the zone is Bicetai. Oh, Switz gets a beautiful charm on Darkwanker. Now the ultimate and the zone is coming in for Darkwanker. Darkwanker will go down to Lilia, but Lilia is super low. Fallen will go down to TLP. Sweets and Coconut are alive. The stun comes in on Sweets. Now Singular Bread goes in, takes a lot of damage. The ultimate away, but now the ultimate for Sweets does go down. Friendzone will take tier 2 inhibitor, but the bot lane is pressure, or they're gonna go for the win. Coconut dodges the Ash Arrow. They're gonna go for the win. They're pushing for the end here of this match, but they're falling back because there's 2 super mids in the bottom lane. Wiz does not have TP. Sweets has, and there's no Baron recall anymore for Friend Zone. They tried to rush a little bit. The second wave is arriving. Coco will stop. Looks like he's going to stop. He stops TLP's. TLP stays, but they will be able to catch, as we see here. Half a third on the Nexus is gone in this bottom side with the pressure here from the minions. But they do take 2 inhibitors, and we're seeing now a pretty big lead in gold for the side of Friend Zone. A 4 to 5k, nearly 4k gold lead here, as they are able to catch the Trundle, which is the biggest strat. And now a little question for Weast, in my opinion. He sells Hullbreaker. He gets Hydra and Force of Nature. So he's removing his potential of split pushing as they're looking to this next Baron fight. Psyche coming in. He gets stunned. He gets a lot of damage. Oh, he ults away, but the ultimate, he gets rooted. He got a few people on his ultimate. Now the CC Notorious LP uses his ultimate. The Sweet gets charmed. He will survive with the ultimate. Fallen will go down. Now this could be game as it is 2-for-1. And looks like all of Friendzone is going to push this top side as Dark Wanker is alive. He's level 17. He is pushing. He is massive. He has Zonias up. He's going for Bansh's Veil. Psyche is alive. He does not have ultimate or flash. The first turret will go down. Oh, Psyche gets caught by the cage. He's gonna get... Oh, he gets deleted by Viger's E. And this is going to be game. Friendzone will take game 1 on a very massive game here. Really back and forth. 34 minutes, 52 kills. It was so back and forth. It looked good for a moment for ETNM, and it looked good for a moment for Friendzone. He went back to New Moon, and then went back to Friendzone. It was a lot of things happening at once, like a lot. As we are getting ready, let me see here if I can show this real quick. Otherwise, okay. So I do have here a little bit of stats as the guys are getting ready for game 2. We see here a lot of damage coming from Dark Ranker, 41,000. Psyche tried a lot, 31,000 damage, but it was not enough. We see 17k gold on this Viger. He was massive, and the 14k gold for Lilia was not enough. So let's go into a short break as we just gonna get prepared for game 2. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. just need to update the logos, and we are good. We're gonna have Friend Zone in this red side, New Moon in the blue side for this game too. Um, what a very interesting match that was. It was super hyped. A lot of interesting fights, a lot of interesting things happening. So hopefully we will have more of that for game number 2. Cannot wait to see more action-packed game for here. So it looks like the guys are getting ready for game 2. So I'm gonna bring the new draft here on the screen so we can have a little bit of fun and see what's going on. So the draft's about to start, and I'm really excited to see what if there's gonna be any changes for us in terms of drafting. I would expect a lot of change in terms of the bans. I definitely would like to see a Viger ban or more focus on this mid lane because the Viger did get strong really early, which is not something you want to see. He got accelerated and he was punishing. And we see here the adaptation for New Moon. The Viger went out, and we still see the same bans from Friend Zone. Uh, Garrett and Trash are still the bans. The J4 is still remains a ban for New Moon. Now the question is, what's gonna be the third ban for New Moon? Are they gonna use Poppy? Are they gonna use the Ezreal? Are they gonna do something different? So that's gonna be the Poppy. Okay, so they confirmed the Poppy, which is not a bad ban overall. Removing disengage opportunities. Um, Now let's see what the friend zone is gonna do because if the Trundle, in my perspective, it worked pretty well. I don't know if it's worth to ban in the first rotation. He was a last pick, and I think he worked pretty well as long as the discussion was split push. We see the Lilia coming, and I agree, Psyche did an extremely good job in that Lilia. We do see the Seraphine here coming, as we know Sweets is a very good Seraphine player. So really excited to see what she's gonna bring on to the game. Now we see the Brahmin Ash. So Ash again, once again for Wisdom, he is playing and playing that Ash all the time. Wisdom, he had 3 games of Ash. Last game that's gonna be counted is gonna be 4th games of Ash, and now with this one, it's gonna be 5 games of Ash. Ash is the most played champion that Wisdom has in the league, as we're seeing the Jinx as an answer to it and to Braum. Now we will see what they're gonna be pairing with this Jinx. Quite interested to see what they're gonna do. Have a couple more seconds. And the Maokai. So they're gonna bring the Maokai instead and uh take that tool away from friend zone, going for more a team fight oriented comp with a hyper carry, using similar tools that friend zone used in that game number 1. Now, what's gonna be the answer for friend zone? What they're gonna do? I do believe with the hacker being open. Okay, so TLP going for that Ornn play, which is known for taking the Sweets now, the reality from Sweets. I was wondering if they were going to take the Hecarim. I do believe Brad plays the Hecarim. He can be an aggressive jungler as well. So I was just interested to see what would be. But now it just opens up so much. Now they have the Silas being removed for the same reasons that Friendzone had for last game. The Trundle here being respected for Whis, but now you're definitely giving your last pick to your mid laner, but you're also giving, or potentially jungle, but you are giving as well the counter to top. So Now we see the Malzahar remains banned here, which is respectable. For Dark, we see the Nocturne coming in. Ooh, the Nocturne and Ash, it's something that I really enjoy watching because you use the Ash arrow and then, or actually use the Nocturne and then use the Ash arrow. They don't see what's happening. It can be a really good combo, but what's going to be New Moon, they're going to have the ability to counter jungle and top here. The Taric, okay, so more peel here for New Moon. They're going for more peel, and I start to feel like it feels a little bit lack of damage as if Fiora is confirmed. So another split pusher here. It does have a good team fight with Seraphine. It's a more slow fight with the Seraphine, the Maokai, until this Seraphine starts to get 2 items, until the Jinx has 3 items, and then she gets the reset. But a lot of peel to be able to deal with this Nocturne, which is I like. It just feels like it's going to be a slow early game as we see here now the ASOL. ASO and Seraphine can be a really interesting lane. It's not as easy as it sounds for ASO because Seraphine has the ability to deal with him pretty well, especially once she gets the last chapter. Obviously, if she gets the Leandris first, she can abuse a lot of that matchup. But her ability is, slow poke and slow damage, building up and not like fully burst damage. So it's going to be a slow fight. You could argue there's a little bit of lack of damage until you get the 3 items for New Moon. I do see Friend Zone with a lot more possibilities for the early game. Unless if you get these Jinx ahead super fast. So I just think there's so much here that we can do. Let me finish up the predictions. Let me make sure that I got the predictions and the contest on its way so we can restart. And we're going to start the predictions too as the teams will get ready for game. So we're going to start predictions. I'm going to start contest for game number 2. Game number 2. So if you guys want to participate, feel free to do so. Channel points or the ETC points, feel free. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go in a very short break. And when we're back, we're going to be back in action for game 2. So just give us a few minutes. Let's wait for the guys to get in game. And then we're going to cover and come back to game. What? Okay, we are back, and it looks like it didn't save here. Oh no no no! I was looking at something else.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Oh, Coco, he doesn't get the Q. Oh, he flashes away, but he didn't get. It's a flash for flash between the Braum and the Jinx, but he does not get the passive hit with the Q. So, I forgot this and this to update this. So I gotta update this and I gotta update this.
Minions have spawned.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be adjusting here on the screen, but I would say it's a good start for friend zone. Overall, starting with getting the flash on the Jinx, I think that's a pretty good start. And but so far they generally trade the wards. We see there's both teams. Red team has a ward on the red on both sides, and the blue team New Moon has a red on the Raptors on the top side and on its own Raptors in case we're late invade. Now Fallen's gonna get a lot of damage with the passive here. Coco does not trade back. Fallen takes a big chunk of damage from the Randoman and Wisdom, and Coco doesn't fight back at all. So it's a pretty big trade won by Friend Zoned. The stun doesn't get. The level 2 is going to come in shortly for the bot lane. Actually, no. New Moon gets level 2, but they're so low in health that they're just not comfortable in the fight. Now we see here they are able to trade back some damage. The stun comes in for some little damage on Fallen. There's a big trade on the top side, but now we see the bot lane taking prio here for New Moon. Sweet's going in for damage. Dark tries to do damage back, but the shield from Seraphine is able to block just enough. Now the stun, the root comes in, it's more poke from Sweets. Now goes in deep dark, doesn't do much damage. He takes a big trade as he has a big wave here. He's taking a lot of damage. Sweets didn't have enough mana to continue fight, but she's still around. Both are super low in mana, but Dark Ring does not have the health to stay in this lane. Although Nocturne is around, we see Maokai in the bottom side looking for a possible 3v2 here. Randomer goes deep into Coco. He gets the stun comes into him. It's going to be a first blood. He goes down. It's a first blood to Jinx. Sweets has no mana. We're gonna see the Nocturne coming behind her really soon. She needs help to push this wave. She's on a really bad spot. She has an easy way out though, as we have Taric and Maokai coming in the river, as we see Fiora and Ornn keeping hitting themselves. Fiora going in for huge trade. She's pulled the wave now, the Seraphine. Now the wave is bad for the Aesol that gets his back stopped, but the Sphere comes in. Oh, he's gonna get knocked back to Singler Bad. He flashes away. He's forced to flash away. It's a pretty big play here by Fallen and Psyche. They are able to do damage on this Nocturne that will continue his pathing in spite of being low and having his flash burn. And Nocturne and the Aesol will need to burn flash as the wave is it's frozen here in this mid lane. Sweets will do the same. So he's actually no, Darkrai does not TP. He's gonna lose a lot of CS there and experience. Sweets will try to use her TP to guarantee the wave state, but we'll have to see how much of this TP difference is going to be good for ASO. Now TLP goes in, the parry goes deep. Psychic shows up in the right time. There's no mana on the Notorious TLP, but he will survive. Wiz just gets level 6. Now they can go for a dive here. TLP does have TP, but Psychic needs to help. Oh, he does stop. Now they're looking for Psyche is going in. TLP does use his Q. Now they're just gonna reset and let the wave bounce. But it looked good initially, and TLP tried to stop at the last second, but Psyche was pretty much gone. Now Sweet's taking a lot of damage from Dark. Dark uses his W. He no longer has a way to deal with it. Now it's a flash for it's not a flash for Flash. Sweet's now her should flash, but nice flash by Dark. He does not have any mana left though. He has TP, but Sweets can easily push this wave. They trade flashes. Nocturne steal 5, but he went too deep in as he's holding the wave. And the Nocturne is in the near bot side. He's probably gonna get 6 here on this Scuttle Crab, or he's gonna be really short from it. So they could make a play in the bottom side. Actually, not yet. He's gonna get his 6 on the blue. His first ultimate is gonna be really important to see how much he's gonna be able to impact the map, and we'll have to see how things will shape, because it's still pretty even game. It's a 200 gold lead. It's 1 Q into the Jinx. She is pretty even in CS. There's the only difference in CS that we see is between top and jungle. We have a 10 CS lead towards the Fiora versus a 14 CS lead into the Nocturne, as we see Nocturne pathing bottom side. But the Maokai is also nearby. We also have Darkwanker here on the top side. He has the ward, gets Sweet a little damage. They know both mid laners are in the river nearby. Singular Brad is nearby. They're definitely gonna look for it. The Q does not land. The stun hits Randoman. They're trading heavily. The ultimate comes in to flash away. Now the Maokai is here. The spell shoot goes away. Oh, Fallen's taking a lot of damage even with the healing. The good kiting by Wisdom. I was surprised that Coconut did not ultimate when Singular Bed was in the front line. He literally waited him. He had no spell shield. He waited him to go all the way back to use his ultimate. I don't know if he didn't have mana, but it was a little not great. But New Moon will secure the first Drake. They will be able to negate that first ultimate from the Nocturne. TLP is keeping a good job here, surviving, he's not gonna keep the wave frozen, but he will catch that wave. Sweets is a bit chunked with no mana and health. She needs to go for a reset, but she does not have a TP. This could be bad, as we're going to a 9-minute mark and we have probably a Herald fight sometime soon. Although Randoman is walking straight to bot side with the Ashe. So it needs to farm this mid lane with care, because it's going to be... Okay, so both of them are resetting. Okay, so Darkwing also did not use the advantage of the mana there, and he burst all his mana to catch the wave. Now Fiora is gonna keep a frozen wave here in the top side, but we see the Nocturne in the top side looking possibly for a Herald play. They do see the Maokai nearby. Tarek is in the bottom lane, so it's at max a 3v3 if it happens. One news for everyone: The game from TD Highs versus ET Solar ended. TD Highs wins the series by 2-0. From what I spotted, there was some issues with the jungler for ETS, and they were late to get into game, so they got and force fate on game 1, and they only played one game where they lost the one game that was the series. So TD Highs wins 2-0, and Solar is pretty much out. Well, it is out of the playoff chances for Titans. Now, New Moon here is pretty even, keeping the same goal difference that we saw a couple minutes ago. We see the Nocturne going straight for that Herald alone without the Prio on the lanes, just in the mid lane. The Maokai is pinged on top of him. He's spotted. It's going to be a 3v3. The ultimate goes in. Dark. Oh, Dark ults a little wide. Now Fiora's coming in. The ultimate goes wide. Nice ultimate by Sweets. The flash comes in. Singular Bread does go down. Sweets gets the kill. Now Dark Wanker. Coconut with a nice ultimate from far away finally gets Dark Wanker. Gets his second kill. And New Moon's gonna guarantee that Herald. Good parry by Whis. Now the Ashe ult comes in. The Derek's ultimate also comes in to negate any potential fight. And New Moon secures another 2 kills on really good carries. The Fiora and the Jinx accelerating these champions. And they do take the flash from Nocturne once again. Now they use Herald mid to try to remove mid lane to allow Seraphine to move the map a little bit easier, to get some extra gold, get that first item spike to keep here. Oh, nice stun by Whis. He does not have the ultimate available, but he does do a lot of damage on this Ornn that didn't go Bramblevast on this matchup. So New Moon is getting a 2k gold lead really early in the game that can potentially do wonders for the team. Now we see Randoman and Wisdom trying to keep pressure in this bottom lane, trying to fight. The Ashe did start with Cole, and she just finished Cole, so she will be able to get that extra 350 gold and be able to finish off. Nice parry again by Fiora on this knockup from Ornn. Really good usage of the parry. And we see here now Dark Wanker trying to put pressure on Sweets. Singular Bread taking vision from New Moon as he's preparing for the next Drake coming in 30 seconds. TLP tries to clear the wave. He goes in. Whis takes another plate as he takes one turret shot. We see the invade from Nocturne, and we keep seeing the ASOL keeping pressure in this mid lane. Make sure that wave is always pushed in so he has the first walk. Same goes with the bot. Bot keeps pressuring with the wave being pushed. Brown is securing the vision. He's gonna take, and Fallen is going to get hit, but the pass is not gonna hit, and they're gonna be trading or pretty much giving up the second Drake as Sweets is pushing mid and bot is clearing vision. The Nocturne guarantees the Hackstack Drake, and as we're gonna have a Chemtech Soul here in the map, as we are now seeing Psyche going for the invade on the top side. He's gonna be spotted by TLP and possibly Nocturne that has ultimate up. Could be a little spicy here for Psyche. TLP is in the red buff trying to find a potential invade from Psyche, but he's gonna get spotted by, he's gonna get hit by the saplings. He's gonna get his ping on. Singular goes in, the fear does not hit. Just the ultimate, nice ultimate by Psyche stops the Ornn. We see Wisdom flashing away from the stun. Dark Ranker showed up but did not find anything. And now the first turret's gonna go for Fiora. And Coco tries to give, Fiora goes in deep with the ultimate. But the Taurus LP just flashes away. The stun cleans the ultimate from Fallen. But Randoman is just gonna block everything. Now the W and the ultimate! The Q, Coco to get his third Q. Darkwinker is around, he flashes away, gets the extra move speed. Now Randoman flashes away too. Orange, he TP'd in the backline, uses his ultimate. Fallen is low. Coco is kiting, Fallen goes down. Coco trying to survive the kite, the slow from parry. Psyche double Q for the Orn. Fiora TP'd together, gets a double Q. Darkwinker gets a shutdown on Coco, and it's a double. Oh, it's a double Q for Fiora. I thought it was a triple Q. It's an ace, and Sweets is just taking tier 1 mid. It's a 4.5k gold lead in a massive play where Fiora and Jinx are getting stronger and stronger. They're getting stronger now with the Demolish. It's going to do a lot of damage. And yes, Whis is going to ignore Wisdom. Oh, he hits! Oh no! He takes it! Oh no! He didn't. He used the Q too close to Wisdom, and the Q prioritized the champions. He hits and starts taking aggro of the turret. He does kill the turret, takes all the tier 1s on the map, but he gives up a 300 gold. And I think there's a bounty. No, there wasn't a bounty. Yes, there was a 300 gold bounty on the Fiora, so it's like 2 kills on Wisdom. He got 1 kill and a free one. The gold lead, it's still 4.5k, but the the situation of the map is completely different between the two teams. As we see Randoman clearing vision on this bottom side and making sure they know all the pathing to the bottom side. Now we see that Switch just prioritized getting her CS. She has a really good CS, 148. Now she's walking a trap. Darkwinker does spot her, but she has a nice. She got Leandri's first item. She is sitting on 700 gold, trying to get Seraphs. Clearing the waves is pretty easy now. TLP does not have flash. He's gonna get run down. The ultimate goes in. It's a 2v1. Oh, the parry goes a little wide. The ultimate from Nocturne TLP does hit, but he's gonna get stopped by Psyche, and he gets a knockup. But Whis is going to get the kill. And Sweets go for a solo kill in the bottom lane. Solo kills the ASO that only has Rylai's, and he used the big ultimate already. Go for the solo queue, and this game is starting to go into ETNM's favor. It's starting to get out of control, and it's an 18-minute game, and we already see nearly 2 items on the Fiora, nearly 2 items on Seraphine, and 2 items on the Jinx. They're really close from getting those 2 items, and ASO is the only one that is close from getting his second item, which is Leandri's. But yeah, things are not looking great here for Friendzone. The CC layout on Fiora was actually pretty good, and she missed the parry, but they don't have the damage to deal with this Fiora right now. And Fiora is just gonna ignore this Orn, try to get the proc for Demolish, so she actually backs off. But we're starting to see a level difference in the mid lane, a level difference in the top lane. So it's starting to build. We see now New Moon going for the Hackstack Drake, the second Drake. They got Infernal Drake, and now they're going for the Chemstack Drake. As we see now the Nocturne pathing topside again, trying to get to not only keeping his pathing, but also maybe looking for this Fiora. And I don't know, like maybe they would. Darkwreck going in deep again into Sweets. He's doing a lot of damage. He's getting the ultimate, flashes away. Sweets flashes away and survive. The Ashe ult comes in. Fallen will survive. The ultimate from Psyche. Randoman survives with heal and flash, but the ultimate from Coconut. Now, TLP uses his ultimate, gets a 3-man ultimate from Ontarik. Avoids a lot of damage coming in. The ultimate from Brad goes into Jinx, but she gets a reset. The ultimate from Wiz comes in. The flash from TLP. Darkness tried to go in the backline, but he was not able to get anything in this backline. Now the Herald comes mid and is going to get a second charge in the second turn mid goes down. It has a second charge in the tier 3 in the mid lane. Fiora goes in, 2-man knockup. They get tier 3. The Psyche goes into Weestone. Dark Prince try. The ultimate goes wide from Sweet. Wheeze goes almost under turret. The inhibitor goes down. Finally, the Herald goes down, and Coconut goes on a killing spree, killing the Toro CLP. He is seated on a 7-1-3 Jinx, and he just farmed 2k gold in this fight. They're looking for a possible Baron play before reset that would put this Jinx nearly at 3 items. It would be nearly at 3 items if they get this Baron. Very early ban at 21 minutes. Single Breath does not have ultimate, does not have flash. There's no blast cone for him to go for the steal. Randoman is nearby. Oh, Psyche getting a massive stun, but he does manage to secure with the smite the Baron. And now Coco is sitting on a 2,500 gold. Let's see, he's gonna finish IE, and he's gonna sit on half of the next item. He goes a BF sword and Cloth's armor, so maybe he's looking for a Guardian. So he has a Seraphine, he has a Taric. Taric has Mikhail's, and looks like the man is going for a GA himself. So he doesn't want to die. He has a 500 gold bounty on his ad, and he said, "I do not want to die at all." Now we see the 2 items coming in for Fiora, 2.5 actually. 2 items on the Seraphine. Now Fiora, oh, that was a good, okay, so that was a really good parry. The parries blocked the fear from Nocturne that dealt 0 damage. The ultimate also came in. The flash away from Dark there, and Whis is just 2v1ing these Nocturne, as Nocturne just backing now, sitting in also in a level behind. Now ETNM is just gonna force his bottom lane as Braum is going to the top side. Fiora is 2 levels ahead of this Ornn. There's nothing the Ornn can do. He still does not have a heal cut with Rumble Vast. He's taking a lot of damage from these Qs. This Q poke. He's just gonna ult. Parry and ultimate, and we stakes Ornn like his paper. Ornn goes down. Darkness has a big R there, but Friendzone is losing the map so quickly with the Baron push. The Fiora is opening the map really, really well. She's going to take her inhibitor top. Dark One tries to hold the wave, but it's going to be a 3 inhibitor at 23 minutes. The pace of the game is extremely high right now, and ETNM are going to go for the finish here. They're probably gonna, yes, they're pushing in. The Ash Arrow goes wide. Friendzone has to fight at some point. The Azor tries to hold the wave back, but still, Coconut takes some damage, but there's a Taric around. There is Seraphine around. Now Whis takes some really massive damage from the turret. The first turret, next turret goes down. The big ultimate from the Azor gets a 5-man lockup. The ultimate from Taric saves a lot of damage. Coconut goes on a rampage. Whis kills Nocturne, and it's going down 1 by 1. It's a double kill on Whis. Psyche goes all the way down, and it's game. It's a 24 minutes game. New Moon racked it up. They went really far, and they destroyed the game. Fiora and Coconut on these Jinx had a really good game. There was no sight of a match here. New Moon just obliterates. As we're going to get ready for game 2, or sorry, we're going to get ready for game 3 after a banger of a game here. And we can see on the scoreboard as well, we can see that we have a 19,000 damage on Fiora, 14,000 damage on these Jinx, even 10k on the Seraphine at a 24-minute game. And on the other side, we see this Azor try to go in, try to get his advantage, 14,500 damage, 12 on Ornn, 11 on Ash. They tried a little bit, but it just didn't work. The snowball on this game was incredible for the side of New Moon, as the series is tied. So we're gonna go in a very short break as we're gonna be prepared for game 3. So stay tuned, get some water because we're gonna be right back. It is a banger of a series, guys. Can't wait to watch game 3. And we are coming back. We're going to start game 3, draft 3 really shortly as the guys are getting ready. What a banger of a game 2 that was. It was amazing, that game. Like, really fast paced, a lot of fights, a lot of proactiveness coming from AT New Moon. And they show that they can compete pretty well against Friend Zone. So they did swap sides, so I'm just gonna do a very small update here on the logos, so we can go to game 3. But we already have everything already set for this game. So this is looking like a really interesting series. So looking really forward to this game three, to this draft three, because again, this could be potentially sealing the fate for Friend Zone in the tourney. If they take the L here, they're it's gonna be really hard for them to come back, although they still have chances. Um, and if they take the win, it's gonna be them and Newman fighting back to back every single week. So can't wait. We already have a few results out that I'm gonna say. So first of all, TD Heist won against ETS 2-0. There was a forfeit on game one. I do not know the details, but it looks like there had some issues and ETS was late, so they ended up forfeiting the game. So the series went to TD Heist since they won the second game. Uh, that by itself puts TD Heist on a good situation here. They are 2-3 right now, right? I believe. Yes, they are 2-3, so looking pretty good. Also on the group A, we have Elysium Esport or Elysium Omen versus Dynasty Bismuth, 2-0 for Elysium, also keeping them pretty much guaranteed in playoffs with a 4-0 record. Dynasty Bismuth drop it to a 1-3, and also Solar dropping to a 0-4, looking pretty rough. Dynasty looking at a 1-3, also looking pretty rough, losing the fourth place to TD Heist. And the other game that ended was Fever versus TPO. Fever takes the win 2-0. TPO is pretty much out as well with a 0-4 record. Fever going to 3-1, tied with Going Insane, which will depend on how that game goes. So just want to give that update before we move on as we see. Now, New Moon. Nice. Friendzone had a really good adaptation. They take the surfing out of Sweet's hands. She was really impressive on that pick. New Moon, they do take the Maokai out. They say, hey, the Maokai was pretty impressive. We took it, we won. They took it, they won. So let's take the Maokai out. Let's take the Viger out. Let's take the Poppy out. Let them take J4 if they want. Now New Moon answers the J4 with Tarek and the Rek'Sai, also a ganking jungler, and a way to deal with, engage with the Tarek, which was really well played by Fallen last game. A couple misplays in the early game, but overall he had good ultimates. He had a good positioning overall. Now, at the same time, I'm gonna start the game 3 predictions so you guys can enjoy and participate with us as we are going to draft. As we see the Senna coming in for the side of Friend Zoned, really interesting to see the Senna here. I've been a sorry, my bad. I need to I need to fix my keys here. My hotkeys are bad. I'm sorry, guys. We see the Zerv coming in now, really keeping the distance away from the engages from New Moon, from that Rek'Sai. So interesting choice here. So looking to see how things went. And we see the Jinx. Okay, so the Jinx comes in again. They take the Tarek and the Jinx again. The Jinx definitely had a good time with Coconut. Definitely played well. Now we see a mouth fight being targeted here, so we're removing more engage options as we have an immobile ADC. Now the Fiora is taken out from Whis to avoid having that split but pressure with it. He did amazing job. The Ornn also being removed, respecting the fighting potential and all the abilities that the Ornn brought for TLP in the game. Now, what's going to be the last ban, which I'm interested? Are they going to try to force on that Trundle? Oh no, it's a Jax. It's a Jax ban. another potential split pusher, but that Trundle is still open. So is Friendzone gonna bring that Olaf again? And two, is Wiz gonna focus on that Trundle for split push or bring someone else to do split pushing? That's what I'm interested. Now the Irelia is open and Switch does not care. She goes straight for that Irelia to punish the Zerf as much as she can as long as Zerf is on Darks. I don't know about Wisdom if he plays it. It could be a flex for support for Rendelman. I am not sure. It doesn't fit his style, but he had a game on Seraphine, so he can definitely bring it on. But no, it's the Azriel Wisdom taking back Comfort, going back to Comfort. It's his 60th game on this champion. No, actually his fifth. His fifth game on Azriel. So it's going to be interesting choices here. Now, what's going to be the last pick for the side of Friend Zone? What's gonna be? That's what I'm interested in. Oh, it's Renekton. So it looks like they missed the pick, but they confirmed the lobby is Renekton. They confirmed the Renekton for Friend Zone as B5. So now I'm interested on what New Moon is gonna bring to the table here. That's gonna be really spicy. And the Gwen. Ooh, let's go. The Gwen. A lot of potential for split push again, and a lot of potential for team fight. This way though, I don't know about how I feel with the J4. Definitely J4 is an interesting pick, but you're going with a mix of engage frontline-ish with poke, with the Senna, with the Xerath, with the Ezreal. So a lot of poke coming from friend zone, and New Moon doesn't have a lot of engage tools either. They have split pressure with the Irelia, with the Gwen. They have some dive also with Irelia and the Rex side, but they don't have much poke or engage. But we'll see what things happens. I'm looking forward extremely here for this game. I think there's so much potential from these two teams. There's a lot they can do, and I'm gonna do with you guys. I'm going to put my predictions on as well because I definitely think things will be interesting for this game. So I'm gonna confirm my predictions here, and I'm gonna do a batting. Let's go. Gonna do this. Sweet. So we're gonna do it, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in a very short break because once this game starts, you will not have any time to breathe. It's gonna be a banger of a series. Looking really forward to it. So we're gonna put on a very short break until we get to game. back to the action. I'm gonna be just adjusting a little bit here the names, but we are pretty much locked in for game 3. As we start here, we see some invade coming from J4 trying to get some vision here as Fallen will spot the Rendleman. Now we see Psyche's going to face check the J4 as he drops a ward. No. Oh no, but Singular Bad stopped, so they're gonna try to do a 3-man here on Psyche. He's gonna get chunked. A lot of damage coming to Psyche, but he will survive. But he's clear. His beginning will start really bad. He will drop a ward on his own Raptors, but Friendzone will know where the Rek'Sai is starting. She's going to have an early game really rough now that she's... I think she still can make it in, say, in 15-10 seconds to a first camp, but definitely not going to be top to bot if that was the interest, his initial interest, but he's going to have a little late here start. Yeah, he's going to have a little late start, but they will know he's starting from the bottom side, so... Rough start for Psyche, but now what I'm interested is we see Wiz coming in with the Ghost and the Ignite. He's going straight for that split push or side lane pressure, and he already chunked Telpi a lot. Telpi comes in with the TP. Sweet. Oh, a lot of damage on Wiz on Telpi on this Renekton. He's taking a lot of damage. He gets the passive. Oh, the Conqueror stack. Oh, Ignite! It's a solo kill. It's the first blood. Wiz just walks in TLP, stacks Conquerors, gets the passive up, goes with the true damage Q plus the Ignite, takes an easy kill, and he will be able to have a really good snowball here. Sweet's going and gets a passive, really good damage on Dark Wanker on this Xerath. She comes in with the Doran's shield. Whew, what an initial game here, and Wiz coming in pretty strong as the wave's about to bounce, and Sweets will be able to crash this turret, or sorry, this wave. 17 to 9 CS in the mid lane. She's gonna be able to get some vision. Keep pressure on this mid lane. Just need to be careful as she's a little low and J4 is already in the top side pathing up, so Nation is here too, so the 2v2 with now Ignite might be a little difficult as Psyche is a bit low, but it's going to be really interesting here to see. Now Telpi goes in with the level 3, goes in, comes out, Wiz, he dashed in, he ghosts away, and as Singular Brad shows up, but will be able to survive quite simply. Now Cocoonut and Fallen not being able to trade that well. Good damage by Wisdom here, building up a couple CS lead. Coco walking a bit too far off. Renderman punishing. Now he's getting the stun, tries to goes in. The healing comes from the Fallen, but he does take a lot of damage coming from these Azriel and the Senna putting a lot of damage on Coconut and Fallen, as they're gonna need to back up sometime soon. Sweets goes in, gets the stun, but Singular Brad is nearby. She doesn't go deep on the combo. Psyche is gonna get spotted here in the mid lane, pings on top of it. Singular Brad is around, but there's a massive wave for Sweets to catch. She will be able to be above 30 CS here, and she's gonna open up a pretty good CS lead on this Xerath that started with Crystal Ruby for that early last chapter. At 4 minutes and 30 last chapter, pretty good early for the Xerath, but Sweets has to be, and oh, Fall's back is cancelled. Now, one thing that New Moon does pretty badly, and it is on the bot lane, is the fact that they're always doing a recall on awkward situation. Like they're showing them, hey, we're taking a reset here, and now Wisdom going for that, almost goes for the first plate. Wiz does take a good chunk here with the Q stack true damage. The first plate will go to Wisdom pretty soon. He started with Colin putting a lot of pressure. There's a 10 CS lead already in the bot lane. Psyche will be spotted here as he just showed up, and Randomman and Wisdom just walk away with a good CS lead, and all that difference is in the mid lane as well, as Sweets has a 50 CS lead. The stun does not land, but with the reset, they will be able to start the first Drake. J4 is around. There's no bot lane. Singular Brad is going to go for a steal probably. Sweets has Prime in the mid lane. She has level 6. Dark is also 6. We'll see here. It's 1200. Comes in. Oh, the gets the stun. The knockup comes in, and this is going to be a Q for Psyche. Singular Brad going for the steal on a really questionable play, where this Q could potentially snowball the game in favor of New Moon. TLP goes in. As he goes in, he took some massive chunk of health there by the Q, fully stacked by the Gwen. Is not able to do as much damage as he could have. Whis has Ignite back, and he needs to be really careful with TLP. Coco is level 5, got the assist, crashed this wave. Randomman and Wisdom being a bit more respectful as the wave is about to crash. Take some damage from Coconut as they're gonna fall back, but a lot of action in the map. Coconut is gonna get rooted by Randomman. Oh, the flash stun doesn't hit by Fallen. Now the E is forced by Wisdom. The exhaust comes in. Randomman taking a lot of damage. Coconut comes in. The healing, the stun onto Wisdom. Now the heal coming from Randomman. Back and forth. Weez level 6. He ults Singular Brad and TLP. Goes for a Singular Brad to flash away. Psyche is around. The combo comes in. Flash knockup. Ultimate coming from the Zeref. Psyche is going to go down. Now he rallies in the bot side. Gets to stun the ultimate, but the flash play does not work. It's back-to-back fights on each side of the map. It's 1Q. It's 1 for 1 overall. Q for Zeref. Q for Psyche on these Rek'Sai, and a lot of damage in this bottom lane. But oh, Coco taking a lot of damage. The stun hits, but he's super low. Wisdom is 5. Will he get 6 here? No, he won't, but it's really close. A little bit of a miscommunication there, because they were focusing the Senna, and then we see a jump into the Azure a little, like in snaps, like Fallen changed to Azriel, and then it took a couple seconds, and then the Coconut changed. So they need to be a little bit more in sync when to make that change, or if they don't make that change at all, just fully commit into the Senna. Now, the gold is pretty even yet, because Renekton does get a kill, and the Zeref also clinches a kill as he pushing the wave, as Sweets gave up a wave for the bot play that did not turn into anything. So the game is pretty even. One Drake, we have 9 minutes in the game. Herald is up, but doesn't look like any of the teams are looking for the Herald. They do have some vision here. Most of the vision is in the bottom side. Sweets does miss the, she gets stunned, does miss her stun. Now TLP going deep again with Weez. Weez is stacking Conquer, stacking the passive. Now Sweets going for it, doesn't have enough attack range to get the auto attack with passive stack. Wisdom is level 6. Coconut is level 6 as well. Both ADCs are level 6. Now both supports just hit level 6. Sweets comes in, gets the stun on Dark, gets E, goes for the Q! The ultimate, she doesn't get the range for Q, but she does a lot of damage. We see Singular Brad coming in the mid lane. Sweets is gonna face check. Oh, she's gonna be spotted. She does not dodge a knockup. Comes in the ultimate from, the double global ultimate comes in from Senna and from the Zeref, but is a J4 that gets the kill on the nice play there the Sweets was trying to do. But now we could see a potential dive here as Psyche is waiting and Wiz is also slow pushing the wave. D4 okay, so they don't go for the potential dive. They will start the Herald as it will be it will be a 2v2. Sweets is gonna have to be shortly. Coconut. The thing is, Coconut, he didn't have vision, but he did have the ultimate. Maybe I don't know if it was worth to give it a shot. Now Wisdom doing a lot of using his E forward pretty heavily, like always going for that E forward. Now the ultimate comes in for the Azriel, ultimate from TLP as well. The knockup hits the Gwen. The stun comes in. A lot of damage comes into this Gwen. Now Fallen, Fallen kills Randoman. Sweets goes into Dark. Psyche is low, but he did get the Herald. Now Sweets does not have the Q. The flash coming in. Oh, sure, Q just came back on CD. The flash from Notorious. The stun from Zeref hits. Sweets gets a Q to get away. The stun hits Notorious CLP, and she will survive. Sweets will survive. The fight in the bottom and is won by New Moon. The Herald play is won by New Moon, but they do trade 2 kills for it, almost 3 kills. So the TLP is getting strong. The Zeref is getting really strong. Sweets managed to survive, but she does not have the gold to finish that. What's called? Blade of the Rune King. She will catch this wave, and maybe she's gonna go for the next wave as well. But now things are not looking okay. So Brad has 1 item. So here's the thing: Singular Brad and Dark Prince has 1 full item for the side of Friend Zone. From the side of New Moon, only Psyche has a Stride Breaker for full mythic. Singular Brad, it starts the Drake. It's going to be a 4v3. Azru is not nearby yet, but they're looking for 4v3, positive 4v4 later on. There's TP on TLP, but no. Oh, flash play. Coco flashes the wall as well. They're looking for the Zeref. They get a shutdown on Psyche. The flash comes in from Rendelman. The knockup comes in as well. They will be able to fight, but no. Psyche guarantees this Drake. Is a second Drake for New Moon. They do use the pretty much all summoners in the bottom lane to catch that kill on the Zeref. Now, it looks like, I think the next back, Renekton will have his Gourd Drinker. Now he goes in, trades well. Wait, Sweet Wheeze goes on the ultimate, does a lot of damage, a shutdown. Gets another solo kill on TLP, getting massive damage on these Renekton, and he's going to be able to catch a lot. Zeref goes too far forward. The Q doesn't cancel, it goes in. Psyche gets another Q on Singular Brad. He's getting low, but Singular Brad gets knocked up. There's a lot of damage coming in. Now Randoman gets hit, gets the W slow, is going to go down, and Fallen gets the kill. 2 plates in the mid lane, solo kills on the 2v2s in the bottom lane, and in the top lane, more plates for this Gwen, and New Moon is starting to snowball slowly again. They are able to catch a 2k gold lead at 14 minutes of the game. They are able to catch a good amount of plates, pretty much 2 plates in each turret, so 6 plates overall, which is going to give them roughly 980 gold, roughly speaking. Almost 1,000 gold just out of these plates. Now, Psyche is looking pretty fad. Stride Breaker in. He's going to reset. He has 1,600 gold in his bag. Go for the Caulfield. Looks like he's going to go for that Cleaver. Looking pretty good. Renekton still doesn't have the Gourd Drinker. The Nasher's coming in for Gwen. Kraken's coming in for Coconut. Borg for Irelia. And the Azure has, it's not, he's still a little far off from Treaty Force. TLP going with the slice and dice on the Renekton. Random and dodges, and they're kiting, doing a lot of damage, but Wisdom taking a lot of damage. The ultimate from Fallen comes in. Singular Brad will be spotted. The ultimate does not hit anyone here on the bottom side. Irelia is around, Psyche is around. They know Singular Brad is around in the here. Coconut gets the slow. Random and going a little far forward, misses the W. Coconut misses the E. Oh, flash WE. The catalysm goes in. Coco goes down for the Gore Drinker. Psyche ults Singular Brad. Singular Brad does not manage to get away. Nice double stun by Fallen. Knockup. It's a double kill on Psyche. Rendelman is gonna go down with another knockup. It's a kill for Fallen, and New Moon is getting carried away. They are nearly 4,000 gold ahead. And this Rek'Sai is enormous. Now we see Sweets going for the mid lane with the TP, getting chunked pretty heavily, but first turret goes to the bottoms, is in the bottom lane for this Rek'Sai, getting extra 400 gold. Massive, massive play here by New Moon, getting 3 for nothing. Now things are looking pretty good for New Moon here. Dark rank is pretty low. Herald in 10 seconds. He does have TP. Drake in 50 seconds. We see Irelia is going. She's reset. Oh, excuse me. She's resetting, but she does not have TP. Now Cleaver on the rack side. 17 minutes with 2 full items. It's a lot. Now Friendzone has a lot of vision on this top side. They have the Reaver pretty much in blue. They will be able to, they are securing vision on this Herald. It could be a fight, but there's also Drake soon. We see here now, oh, double ultimates on Fallen. Nice sidestep, but he does take a lot of damage. Goes in deep. 2 ultimates. Wisdom uses his E forwards again. Dark Wrestler gets caught by the Psyche. The Chomps doesn't hit, but gets the reset. The knockup comes in from Singular Brad. He gonna get exhausted and slowed. Coconut getting a lot of damage. Irelia is around. She misses the E. She gets the stun. Oh, knockup and flash on this. On Rendelman. TLP, TPs, and ultimates. Fallen uses his ultimate as well, but there's no fight. They all fall back. They're gonna go for this Drake as the next. And they try to fight, but New Moon's gonna be on soap point here at 18:30, so it's gonna be a pretty big play as the friend zone is gonna guarantee this Herald play. They started. New Moon has pinged the Herald. They're gonna try to contest. Singular Brad is around. They probably will secure, but there will be a fight. The ultimate from Irelia does miss. Knock up on TLP. He does use slice and dice. He will go down to Sweets. Cataclysm goes into Singular Brad. He stops Fallen and Psyche. Psyche goes again. Sweets or Wheeze goes in. Coconut kills Rendelman. It's double kill on the Coconut, and New Moon is just running this game, running over friend zone, getting this Jinx fed, and now Dark Rancid getting okay. Fallen left the bush as Darkwinker was nearby, potentially being in a really bad position to be caught here. But we have seen massive CS difference. 120 to 173, 2 levels of advantage on this mid lane, 1 level in the jungle, and the rest in 2 levels in support. There's a lot here happening, a lot of resources. New Moon is getting 7,000 gold lead. With all this lead, 3,000 only on this Rek'Sai. 1,300 on the Gwen, 1,200 on the Irelia, and only 600 in the ADC position. Wisdom is able to catch a lot of CS and has a lot of resources. 140 CS doing pretty well, getting almost 30 CS difference into Coconut. But wow, what a lot. Now Wiz gonna get caught here by Singlebrat and Dark Wanker. He does have ult, he uses it the first one, gets the second charge, gets stunned. The knockup comes in. He will miss the second charge. He does heal a lot. He does kill. He still kills Dark Wankery with a lot of damage with that Rift Maker. That is massive damage coming in from the Gwen, and even in the 2v1, and he missed a couple of the ultimate shots. He still is able to kill Dark Wankery, as New Moon is pinging this Baron play here, as the J4 is in the bottom side pushing bot. They will have to trade the Baron. Randomman's gonna face shot. He's gonna find Sweets here. TLP does see the Herald is using the bottom lane. Now the ultimate comes in. The ultimate from Sweets goes in, gets Randomman, gets the stun, gets a nice Q. Now Coconut's gonna go down. She gets a huge shutdown. Sweets will go down to huge shutdown Wisdom. Now TLP will die to Psyche. Wisdom uses his E, but he's gonna go down. He does not have flash. It's a double Q for Psyche. He doesn't have an ultimate. He loses his might, gets low on Dark Rain, gets the flash, but on the other side, Singlebrat is able to catch at the bounty on the tier 1 and almost on tier 2, but it's a good stop here by Fredzone. They are able to stop the Baron play with a 4v4 with a really good plays by Wisdom, TLP, and Dark Wankery. But now the thing is, even if they have a J4 here, they can still run the same thing. Yumu can do the same thing. They can push mid and top and go for Baron again, try to get a 5v4, because Wiz is in this bottom lane causing chaos. And if TLP TPs for the fight in Baron, I would risk to say Wiz could take pretty much, maybe not the game right now, but he can take the inhibitor if he's just left alone. It doesn't seem, but this Gwen is pretty strong. She does have steel caps. He's going for what? He has an X-Stack alternator. Ooh. Fall is gonna be spot here. He's gonna get caught off guard again. Singlebrat, he uses his ultimate. Oh no, he didn't use his ultimate. I thought he did. He didn't use his ultimate. He got caught. The shutdown goes to Renekton. Sweets gets the E. She goes in for E for the ultimate. Gets the resets. Gets a Q. It's a triple Q for Sweets. Singlebrat will go out. Darker is going to get, oh, nice dodge by Wiz, but he will survive. Singlebrat, not good try there, but the ultimate from Psyche is enough, and he just one shot with the Q. The J4. Dark Wanker also is able to get away from the Gwen. It's not able to get Dove. New Moon is pinging the Baron now. They're gonna go for the after taking the soul. This game is looking pretty rough. Wiz Cat his back cancelled. It's a 24-minute game, 11 to 26, almost 7,000 gold lead here for New Moon. Things are looking pretty rough for Friendzone, and New Moon here starting the Baron. We see bot lane pushing. This is a hack stack. No, this is not a hack stack. But Baron goes pretty. He goes down really fast. Flash in catches Randomman. He's going to go down. The stun. There's 2 stuns. Now the Torso LP is going to get caught here by the Renekton. The TP come in. Flash from Coconut. He's gonna kill Singlebrat. Sweets TP in the bottom lane to push the bottom lane to go in for the possible end. So New Moon could be pushing here pretty hard for a possible end. Wisdom does a lot of damage on Fallen. Wiz is alive, but he almost dies. Coconut gets a reset, does a lot of damage, dodges Wisdom. The ultimate from. Wisdom. He gets the kill on Coconut. The ultimate from Darkwing does a lot of damage. Now he gets another shutdown. Wiz is alive. He does not have ultimate. But the stun misses, and he's getting kited. But New Moon gets mid tier 2, bottom tier 2. They do give massive shutdowns to Dark Ranker that's doing a lot of damage on this Zerif, but now Sweets here getting a lot of damage on this tier 3 with the Baron push, and as Singular Bread tried to stop it. He goes in, Sweets gonna get caught here with the Cataclysm. He just flash away, flash W, another knockup. It's a shutdown for Rendleman, but the game is on such a good pace here for New Moon. They did give a lot of gold, but their parent blade's still pretty good overall. They open up the map a little bit more, and they showed that their fight is a lot stronger. Now Wiz is clearing up the jungle. He's a level ahead, 2 levels in the jungle for Psyche, and things are. The good thing is for Friend Zone is they do have an okay scaling with Azuriel and the Zerif. They do have an okay front line, and with the Shojin, J4 is able to do a lot of combos. He can combo in, combo out. Now TLP is looking for a flank. He is spotted. He's gonna. Oh, he misses his slice and dice. He does get knocked up. He gets stopped on the chompers. He heals a lot, but he goes down. Psyche is legendary. Coconut reset, try to do damage, but is not able to go more. Tier 2 top goes down. There's still Baron buff on Wheeze. He's pushing in. We see Sweets on the bottom side, also pushing in the bottom lane. It's a 1-3-1, as we would expect with this comp. Now Rendleman is able to dodge the Psyche's missile. It's looking dicey. There's a lot of damage coming from the side of New Moon with this mountain. So it's a 30-14. Rendleman is here. Singular Brad. They're often showing 3 to 4 men just to deal with the Gwen. It's really hard to deal with Gwen. She hasn't reset yet. She's sitting on this 2.5 items for like almost 5 minutes. She has 2700 at the base, but she doesn't have TP. She can't just be TP, but it's a lot of pressure being put here for New Moon. All lanes. Now Renekton looking for another flank. Use the far side to get some vision. Sweets keeps pushing. Now a good ward there by Coconuts to try to see if there's any potential flank. TLP goes back his go-to bot lane with J4, and tier 3 bot goes down, and New Moon is slowly eating Friend Zone away. They're just keeping the wave so pressured, so far off. Now Dark Rank gets hit, gets a good stun. The ultimate comes in to flash away, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So Iwiz gets a solo kill. Now Psyche and Coconut will get a reset under turret. The stun comes in, ultimate from Notorious LP. He tries to go in, manages to get his stopped into chompers. He gets 2 big healings. Cataclysm goes in, he comes out as Tarek's ult comes in as well. It's a 5v3 right now. Inhibitor mid down. Inhibitor bot's gonna come down. Tier 3 top is gonna come down as Inhibitor comes down as well. It's a 3 inhibitor game. New Moon does not care. They're trying to go for the win. They don't care about the Elder in 30. J4 tries to go in. He managed to get out, but Psyche on his ultimate goes all the way in the backline. Double root by Fallen. A lot of damage. Coco gets Rendleman as Wheeze and Sweets are taking the base. And New Moon is going to guarantee with a 14k goal lead. They're gonna sweep the game. It's a 2-1. New Moon wins a big series against Friend Zone. and they will clinch the third win and potentially clinching playoffs qualifications. We will depend a little bit on how the other games goes, but obviously it will depend on how the next weeks will go. But New Moon is looking is stronger than ever, looking good. Showed up pretty heavily against Friend Zone. They definitely had a weaker game one where Friend Zone played super well, dominated that game, but they resetted the mental and they came to dominate the next two games. As we see here, um, let me save this. As we see in the stats, Psyche, amazing game, 34,000 damage. Coconut, 23, almost 24,000 damage. A lot of damage coming from Coco. Whis also did a good job in the side lanes. Sweets, although she didn't do much damage, she was really important at points in the game. From the side of Friend Zone, a lot of damage coming in for Dark Range. A really good performance by him. Wisdom had a good early game with Rendelman, putting a lot of pressure in the bottom lane, keeping CS up, but they were caught over and over and over again. Singlebread tried a lot to movement the map, but again, with the comp that they were looking for, a poke comp with it didn't really seem that the J4 was gonna be your jungler. But in any case, it was a really good game. Uh, so this is it. Let me actually before we do that, let me just release the points for the win. This and this. Now, just a let's see if there's any final updates regarding the matches. Okay, so we have more updates. So Dynasty Orca Gate 1 TDD 2-0. Sheba Squad won against Going Insane, but it's a match that does not technically does not matter um, because it's cross group. So Sheba Squad took the win 2-1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With this is the 6. So there's only one match remaining. Which match remaining? Let me see if I can find it real quick. Which match is remaining? So TD Highs and Solar ended. Oh, Eden Snapdragons and Dorado Gaming Row. It's still ongoing. I don't think anyone is streaming for that match. Yeah, I don't think anyone is streaming, so unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to send you guys over there to watch. Um, unfortunately. Now, what I'm going to be able to do is I'm going to be able to send you guys to watch something else or someone else. So if you guys are interested in watching more or watching someone else, I'm going to send you guys to who do I send you guys to? I'm going to send you guys to watch this person here, League So. So if you guys want to stay around, watch some more gameplay, feel free to do so. I wish you guys have a good night. We will be back here tomorrow to cover AML qualifiers. We're gonna watch ET Penumbro. It's their do or die match in the AML. If they win, they have another week to try to qualify for playoff. If they're out, they are eliminated. So really excited to see them. So I'm gonna send you guys now, and I'll see you guys throughout the week. And I wish you guys have a really lovely week. So thanks again, everyone who came in, who joined the chat, participated. Much love to you guys. Again, thanks Psyche and Mystic Azzy for the follows. Much love, guys, and I wish you guys have a good